You know how in pretty much every RPG ever, you play the main character and you're told that you're the big hero, you're the chosen one, and you're the only one who can save everybody? Guess what? They lied. Hi everybody, welcome to Hall of Justice. This is the third episode, and today we're gonna do a quick little segment here on why everybody feels the need to be a hero in multiplayer games, and we'll talk a little bit specifically about League of Legends. There was a video that made it to the front of the League of Legends subreddit yesterday, so a lot of people saw it, I'm sure. I will go ahead and link it in the description below, and I'll also probably put a little annotation so you can just click on it easily there. It was called something like Bronze 5 Backdoor. Anyway, there was a game where a blue side team it appeared to be pretty far ahead, and rather than work together and win a game that they seemed to have every possible advantage in, they just kept trying, each individual member of the team kept trying to make the big hero play, the teleport into the enemy's base and backdoor them. That was called Bronze 5. I don't know if that was actually where the game was played, but it looked like it because the decisions were generally very poor. They'd teleport right in front of the enemy's face and try to 1v5 them while backdooring. It was awful. Anyway, so they went on to lose that game. A game that they definitely should have won. Again, they had all the pieces in place to win the game. But rather than work together as a team, several members of that team felt the need to try to be the hero. Why? Well, that's what we're going to get into. Before we do, I just need to make a very quick statement to all of you who feel like every game you play, your teammates are terrible and it's always up to you and you have to carry the game. Guess what? You're not going to carry every game that you play. There's going to be a variety of reasons for that. You are not going to play the best game of your life every time you play. You're going to play really badly sometimes. That's all right. Everybody does. Not every game is up to you to carry by completely ignoring your teammates and just being this god of games that will just destroy everybody. That's not how cooperative games work, and you need to stop trying to do that. On a similar note, when you are playing poorly and you're not at your best, don't just keep doing what you were doing. Again, if in a MOBA, let's say, like League of Legends, you're in a lane, you're getting destroyed by your lane opponent, don't just keep going back to lane and trying to 1v1 your lane opponent over and over again. They're just getting stronger while you're really not. They're going to keep destroying you. So when you're having a bad game, it's not about, we'll just go in there and fight even harder. It's you need to be carried. Be light enough that your teammates can carry you. Don't keep dying. If you cannot stay in that lane, communicate that to your team and stop trying to 1v1 that lane opponent that you can't fight. Go help another lane. Do a lane swap if that can work depending on, who's on your team. Just do something to help your team rather than try even harder to prove what a man you are. Not gonna work. Which brings us to our next point. And one of the biggest problems that I see is that people use these games, particularly any sort of competitive multiplayer game, whether it be a MOBA or a shooter or anything else, as a way to boost their ego, as a way to prove I'm so much better than everybody else. It's why in shooters, like say a Call of Duty, people just want to look at their kill-death ratio as an indicator of how good they are. I've seen so many people don't even care about whether they win or lose. It's just, how many kills did I get? That's what they care about. And unfortunately, even worse, I see that a lot in MOBAs, like League. Doesn't even matter win or lose, because if we lose, well, it's just my teammate's fault, right? It's about, what's my KDA? How many people did I kill? And that's what determines if I'm a really good player. Heads up, if that's what you think makes you a good player, you're not a good player. Sorry to burst that bubble. League of Legends, other MOBAs, other competitive multiplayer cooperative games are not about how many kills you got, unless that is literally the only objective in the game. For most games, it is not. That is not the only way to win. And in fact, in League, you could get 100 kills in a game. The game doesn't suddenly reward you with an automatic win. It doesn't work that way. So just trying to prove how manly you are, you're not doing yourself any favors because you're going to have bad games and you're just going to get that much more upset when it doesn't work. And you're certainly not helping your team. Because you know what? If you can go off and 1v5 the enemy team every time and you can do that, yeah, your team will win. Most games that is not going to happen. If you are looking to be the hero every single game and be the one and only reason why my team won, you really need to adjust your attitude. You're going to lose more games than you're going to win like that, first off. So you're not going to accomplish your goal of proving how great you are because you're going to keep losing. That doesn't make you a winner. That makes you a loser because you keep losing. So stop it. And what this really means is if that's all you're trying to do, you're not as great at the game as you think you are. But you know what? That's okay. You don't need to be. You don't need to be the guy that goes off and doesn't need his team and is just so much better than everybody that you can just take on the entire enemy team by yourself. Screw your team. They're irrelevant. You don't need to be that guy or girl or whatever. Not sexist. That doesn't need to be you. And it shouldn't be you. That's not how you win games. Nobody that is actually good at the game, again, League specifically, always tries to win that way because they know it doesn't work. You're not better than them. You're not better than the high challenger players or the pros. You're not. I'm sorry. And if you are, then why are you watching this video anyway? Go away. Come back. I miss you. But that's the point. If you're trying to climb the ladder, you know, the old adage of, well, you have to carry every game if you want to climb, that's old. That's so old. The game has evolved so much since then, and other games have too. And most games do not work that way now. Yeah, you have to try to be good, of course. But being good and not needing your team to win a game are two very different things. In a team game, you're going to need something from your team. Now, of course, this isn't an excuse to blame your team for everything. Don't take it that way, because it's not. It's just a matter of you need to shift your mindset of what to expect from yourself. And I've seen way too many people believe that, oh, I'm really great. If I just got better teammates, I would be plat or diamond or challenger or whatever. The problem here is that while your teammates matter, that's not the problem. The problem is that these people seem to believe that they have the skill set to already be much higher than they are. Bronze and silver players believing that they're at least diamond if they just got better teammates. We all know that's bunk. Okay. But the thing is that even the people that don't completely believe that still don't really understand that they still have a lot to learn about the game. Guess what? If you're gold, and that's your highest you've gotten, there's still a lot you have to learn about this game. That doesn't mean you're almost there. It means you're probably a little better than average, but it doesn't mean that you have nothing left to learn. And the analogy that I've used with people, and some it's helped and some have ignored me, but hopefully you won't ignore me, is this. Think about the highest paid athletes in the world. Professional athletes that make millions upon millions of dollars every year to do what they do. Okay? So clearly, they're very good because people are willing to pay them millions and millions of dollars. Obviously, they're very, very good. The ones that make the most money, the ones that are the best because they never, ever assume that they are done learning. Professional sports teams all have coaches. A lot of coaches for a lot of different things. And the best athletes are the ones that are always trying to learn more and to use those coaches and to use all the resources they have. And they'll go and watch video of themselves or of their opponents. They are always trying to learn. They are always trying to get better. They can be making $20 million a year and they are still always trying to get better. So if they think that they have room to improve, what makes you think that you don't? Just let that sink in. In the end, what I really want to, the point rather that I really want to try to get across is you don't need to be a hero. That's not what's going to help. Don't be a hero. Be a winner. Just do what you need to do to win games. Learn, adapt, and never ever assume that there's nothing left for you to learn. Even in a bad game, even in a losing game, there's always things you could do. There's always things you could do better. Even in a game where you did stomp the other team, you still probably made a couple mistakes. Go back, learn from them. Don't be a hero. Be a winner.